Let's get some more analysis now. We can speak to Shlomo Sand, who is Emeritus Professor of History at Tel Aviv University. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Professor. First of all, just tell us what happened this morning. What's your understanding?
It's something that continue to recreate conflicts. You know, it's unbelievable that a few weeks before the Ramadan, the very important Ramadan, we started a kind of a new Intifada, because it's become more and more serious, and nobody see why Israel did this attack yesterday to evoke a reaction in Gaza.
And what's the Israeli government saying about why it carried out these airstrikes today? Does it say it was an anti-terrorist operation?
Yeah, first of all, it's anti-terrorist operation, even if it's not a reaction to something that happened this week. Now, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's also a kind of operation that helped the government, the new government, with all its conflicts, to continue to produce its projects. You see, when the enemy, the exterior enemy is real, and we see it in the TV, it's much more easy for the government to look for a kind of program to continue with the process of this kind of juridical revolution that they are operating. I think that the operation in Nablus is a kind of continuation of the politics, interior politics in Israel.
So you're saying it's a sort of a convenient distraction for Netanyahu and his government to focus public opinion elsewhere?
Yeah, it's not the first time that governments are doing it, you see. And I think in this case, it's clear that to look a little bit after unification of this government that has a lot of conflicts inside it, I think that yesterday operation in Nablus was a kind of political operation of Israel to solve interior problems.
I mean, a very high death toll since the beginning of the year, particularly on the Palestinian side. I mean, do you see things escalating from here?
Yeah. Today, people, journalists in the TV started to speak about the third Intifada, because we didn't have so many casualties as last month in Palestine, Israel. And, the reaction also of Gaza create an atmosphere of a conflict that can become much more serious in a few weeks.
And does the Israeli public buy into what they're being told by Prime Minister Netanyahu and his government? Or do you think some people are beginning to see through perhaps what his motivations might be for carrying out operations like the one he carried out yesterday in Nablus?
Yes, much more than before. I mean, there is much more critic in Israel in face of the politics of the government. And I think that a lot of people like me are thinking if this operation, last operation, Nablus, wasn't a kind of manipulation of the opinion in Israel that is very, very critic about the Netanyahu government.
Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'm afraid we're out of time. Professor Shlomo Sand at Tel Aviv University, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us.
Good evening.